If you all can hear me, please let me know. Having a little brain fuel this morning. Check it out, BRÈINFÚEL.com. Use code POKERCOACHING to get 15% off. I know some of you already told me that you've tried it, or that you've ordered it. It's on the way. I hear they ship to Brazil, so that's cool. Check it out. Today, we are going to be opening some Razor poker cards from 2006. These things have been sitting in this package, waiting for us for 15 years. Could you imagine? These little cards have been waiting for a home for the last 15 years for us today. I'm excited to share all these with you. We're going to go through the cards slowly. This is not one of those box breaks where you rip through the cards as fast as you can. You take it, you throw it in the garbage. That's not what we're going to do. We're here to enjoy poker, talk about poker, reminisce about poker, and the good old days. Oh, by the way, Sharks, we're in the process of getting some merch made. We have some hats. This is a prototype. Has poker coaching on the side. You know, nice shark logo on the front. Maybe this is not quite the final version. We're getting close, though. We're getting close. So that's fun. That'll be coming for all the Sharks. Also, let me know. What do you prefer today? Do you prefer webcam setup 1? Or do you want number 2? The problem with this setup here is that I think it's going to be a little bit blurry. I know you can tell by the incredibly high quality of this show that YouTube must be paying me to be here, right? They must be, because how else could you have 2 cameras now, Jonathan Little? Well, it turns out I'm actually not paid by YouTube to be here. We don't even have YouTube ads turned on. I know a lot of people out there want to make you watch nonsense. I don't want to make you watch nonsense to see my video. It's free to watch my videos. I'm not going to waste any of your time. But my main income source comes from about 3 feet on the other side of this camera here. So if you'd like this show, do me a favor, click like, click subscribe. I would appreciate it. You need a 4K camera. LOL, says Kevin. Yes, Kevin, I do need a 4K camera. So yeah, do you prefer 1 or 2? Let me know, 1 or 2. 1 is this one, 2 is this one. We will get to it. Look at that. You see the tape? That's how I know where to put the cards. There we go. Yep. You may say, what was that weird orange mark? This is actually a Magic the Gathering playmat. The back of a Magic the Gathering playmat. Signed by the Foglios. Maybe we'll show you that later. Seems like you all have a mix between 1 and 2. Let's see what we have. All right. First things first. You always get... Ooh, that's ugly. There we go. You always get a Bluff Media card because why else wouldn't you want a Bluff magazine card? Bluff magazine used to be a poker magazine from way back in the day. It is defunct. But yes, America's #1 poker magazine. Long gone silver. First card on deck today. Cyndy Violette. There she is. Cyndy Violette, I believe, now owns a restaurant in Las Vegas. Yeah. I don't think I've ever played with her. If I have, it was minimal. She is known for being in the Playboy magazine and being good at 7-card stud games. Let's take a look at the back here. Yeah, we need this 4K camera, huh? Cyndy Violette, like so many poker pros, began as a dealer and took her first shot at poker in 1994. 10 years later, 12 final tables and 21 major tournaments. What does that mean? 12 final tables and 21 major tournaments. Does that mean she's only played 21 tournaments? That can't be right. What a weird stat. Crowning achievement is the 2004 7-card stud, 8 or better. All right. Cyndy Violette, one of the people I don't know much about. But she has a restaurant. I think it's like a vegan restaurant or something in Vegas. Does anybody know the name of the restaurant in Vegas? Might as well throw her a shout out. A lot of, we'll call them old school poker pros, have become restaurateurs. I know the Dang brothers, I think, became restaurateurs. They were crushing the game back in the day online. Todd Brunson, I think, has a restaurant in Vegas as well. Lots of people have restaurants in Vegas. All right. Cyndy Violette. There you go. Number 2. A Super Showdown. We have a Super Showdown card. Woo, baby. That's bright. We got to get a better camera setup in here, huh? If we're going to be doing box breaks, we got to get a better camera. Woo, baby. Camera does not like the bright lights. All right. This is Phil Hellmuth. Let's see if I can get a better view of this card for you. We have Phil Hellmuth and baby himself, Scotty Nguyen. Scotty Nguyen's been around for forever, as has Phil Hellmuth. Yeah. Let's read the back of this card here. See if we can get it for you. We gonna be able to get it? Come on, camera. Come on, camera. Does it not like the light over here? It's not like the light over here? Yeah. Are we gonna give up? Oh, here we go, finally. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to pull this up right here. I'm going to read it to you. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Well, I'm just going to read it to you. The 2001 World Series would host a classic matchup in one of the events leading up to the main event. In the $5,000 buy-in Omaha High-Low tournament, it would boil down to 2 of the world's greatest players, not to mention 2 of the most colorful personalities. While Scotty Nguyen pulled down the bracelet, he beat Phil Hellmuth. He could have had number 16. Phil Hellmuth Jr. gave quite a fight, took home second place for $100,000. $100,000 in that event was a whopping 20 buy-ins. Back in the World Series of Poker, you all may not know this, it used to not have nearly as many big fields. Even today, I suppose, if you look at a lot of the, we'll call them other games, a lot of the other games have relatively small fields. And this is kind of, I guess, the No Limit Hold'em player's gripe with the World Series of Poker / the idea that bracelets are very relevant. Because, really, does it take all that much skill to win a 25-person tournament, or a 50-person tournament, or a 100-person tournament? And yeah, of course you got to run hot, you got to be good, you got to know how to play the game. Everybody in the tournament is at least reasonably decent. But at the same time, it's like winning a sit and go or small multi-table tournament, and it's a volume game at the end of the day. And I got to give Phil Hellmuth credit. Phil Hellmuth, this guy right here, shows up and puts in massive volume at the World Series of Poker, and he has done it for a long period of time. And he's marketed it very, 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 very well. Because if you think about it, really think about it, get all hype out of your head. What separates a tournament series like the World Series of Poker from a tournament series like, well, any other tournament series? What's the difference? You all may not know this, but back in the day, every WPT main event had a big series of preliminary events before it. 3 weeks or a month worth of preliminary events before them. And they had all sorts of big buy-in events, right? There would be $1,500 buy-in tournaments, $5,000 buy-in tournaments, etc., etc. Look, we have all these bracelets from Bellagio, right? We have this bracelet from Bellagio here. Random side event at Bellagio, right? That tournament had 1,000 people in it. 1,000-person or 500-person side event. It was a lot of people. And that was just normal. Back in the day, I actually took second place back-to-back in a 3K and a 5K at Bellagio. Side events. Just random side events. They both had 300 or 500 people, something like that. To Alec Torelli. Alec Torelli, the guru, beat me 2 times in a row. Heads up. Funny enough, the same person had both of our action in that tournament. At least a large chunk of both of our action. And he actually won all the money that day, or those 2 days. So anyway, what actually makes the World Series of Poker have all the hype? And the answer is people said it enough that it should have hype. And that has resulted in people thinking that it needs to have hype or must have hype. It must be relevant. Turns out if you tell people something's great often enough, they'll start to believe you eventually. I have nothing against the World Series of Poker. I just always try to look at things logically and rationally. And I am not sure that we should actually care. Yet we do. So that's fun. Who is this sweetie? This sweetie, are you talking about me? My name's Jonathan Little. Hello. Welcome. Next up on the docket, we have TJ Cloutier. He has the same haircut that my grandmother did. He is best known for, what? He's best known for a lot of things. Type it in the chat if you don't know what TJ is known for. TJ is known for, if you ask random poker players what TJ is known for, I would bet they would say he's known for his craps play. TJ plays a lot of crap. Well, is he still with us? I think he's still with us. TJ plays a lot of craps. If you walk through any poker tournament, you'll see him there gambling it away. He's also known, what I know him for, is for writing a book where, in the book, he recommends raising ace-king and then folding if you get 3-bet. It's probably not good poker strategy anymore. That said, back in the 70s or whatever, maybe it was a good play. If people literally only 3-bet you with the nuts, like aces and kings, then maybe it's a good play. TJ actually has an amazing poker record. You all know TJ Cloutier's poker record? This is back in 2006, by the way, 15 years ago, okay? 15 years ago, as you see, he already had $3.7 million in tournament earnings. That's a lot for back in 2006. I know nowadays, like lots of people have 5 million, 10 million in cashes. Even I have 7 million in cashes, and I don't even play poker all that much anymore. But back in 2006, he had $3.7 million in live tournament earnings, which is just absolutely crushing. So anyway, I think he must have just been like an absolute sicko. That said, maybe he super exploited the games. Maybe he didn't pay off his opponents. Maybe he liked to gamble harder than them. I don't really know. I have not played with TJ much at all. I played with him a few times a long time ago, and he just played like kind of tight. Maybe that's just good poker. Do you ever think that maybe just good poker is tight, aggressive poker? There's a poker player named Mike Watson. Very strong player, has great results. He just plays tight. Is he the TJ Cloutier of the day? Do you think Mike Watson is the TJ Cloutier of the day? I don't know why I thought of Mike Watson. I watched Mike Watson play the other day, and he didn't put a chip in the pot. I was like, yeah, classic Mike Watson, right? Yet he somehow has all the chips. How do you have all the chips if you don't put any chips in the pot? Maybe that's the secret. Literally, sit there, play the nuts, fold the ace-king to the 3-bet, and win all the money. Oh, I have a fun Mike Watson story. It was a $25,000 buy-in tournament at Bellagio. I think the last time they had that. On the first level, we were like 300 big blinds deep or 500 big blinds deep or something. We put in, I think, a 5-bet pre-flop. I had the aces, of course, because I know I'm playing against Mike Watson. And it came like, what did it come? It came like 6-4-2 or some nonsense. I bet he called. Turn was a king. I bet he called. River was another king. I'm like, oh man. I checked. He bet I called. He had the ace-king. I'm like, yeah, that's a lot of fun. Thanks, Mike Watson. Let's see. You always thought good poker was to respond correctly to what your opponents do wrong. Yeah, if your opponents play poorly, figure out what they do wrong and crush them. TJ Cloutier. My grandmother on my dad's side actually did have the same haircut as TJ Cloutier, pretty much. Let's see. You crushed it back at Bellagio. Would you have crushed it even bigger now, knowing what you know? Of course I would have, right? As you get better at poker, your edge increases. And I mean, back in the day, I think I was just generally more maniacal because that was good poker back in the day, right? If I got people raise folding the ace-king, as TJ recommends, I should just be absurd. I remember the WPT I took 5th place at, my first one at PCA. It had, 1,000 people, a big tournament. I got 5th place for $320,000, 32 buy-ins. Solid 5th place finish, right? There was a hand deep in the tournament where good, well-respected pro, I raised, he 3-bet, I ripped it all in. He folded ace-king. No lie, I had ace-queen. I thought I had the nuts. I ripped it all in, and he folded the ace-king with like 18 people left, and, he took his 14th place, and I took my, or whatever he took, and I took the 5th. I was pretty maniacal back in the day. If you watch the WPT, I won. There's a trophy back there. I won it at Mirage. 3-handed. I 4-bet it all in with the Jack-8 suited. I raised. Corey Carroll 3-bet. I knew he was aggressive. I just ripped it all in on his face with the Jack-8 suited. You know what he did? He called with ace-5 offsuit, I think. Is that what it was? That's what it was. And I lost. I was down to almost no chips. And it happens. You know what I mean? It's like I was kind of maniacal back in the day. And that was good poker back in the day, where you got people 3-betting you too much and then folding to jams too much. If your opponents fold too much at any point, you should just be really crazy. Today, I think people actually play pre-flop pretty well, but I think they actually play post-flop kind of poorly. And you'll find a lot of spots on the turn of the river where you can get very, very aggressive and you can still push people around. Let me show you this trophy. Here it is. Can you see it? It says, World Poker Tour Champion, May 2007. Woo! 1 year after these cards came out. This thing has been sitting here for me to talk about it for the last 14 years, just for you. Oh, I hope you all feel special. They also gave you a WPT bracelet. Yeah. By Tiffany and Company. It's kind of dirty. It says WPT Mirage on the back. Let me put it down here. Will it look pretty down here? What do you think? Think the camera will pick this up? Let's see. Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah. Okay. All I have is 2. I don't have 3. It looks like there'd be plenty of room there for a third bracelet. But I don't have a third bracelet. I did take a 2nd place, and a 5th place, and a 6th place, and a 7th place, and an 8th place, and a 9th place. Close, but no winnings. Can we see that gold one? Sure, you can see the gold Bellagio bracelet. Wow, that's bright. Let's see. Yeah, can you see it says Bellagio? There you go. Anyway. Put all this stuff back. Maybe we should just have like a trophy celebrating, trophy showing off at some point. They might give you the bracelet. They actually had a presentation where, like, after the fact, they went back and they gave people some of these bracelets. And I'm not exactly sure how it went down. That ceremony may be online somewhere. I think it happened at season 10 of the WPT or something like that. Next up, you want to talk about the WPT crusher? This guy, Carlos Mortensen, has spiked on more players than you could possibly imagine. Carlos Mortensen, the Matador, he hasn't played big tournaments in a while as far as I know. He may still have one of the best records on the WPT. This guy showed up, played aggressively, and just like won. I mean, he won. He won all the money. Let's see what it says on the back here. Let's see. $4 million in tournament earnings from back in the day, 2006. Like I told you, 3.7 is a lot. 4 is definitely a lot. Started his career in a private poker club in Spain. He beat his local games, decided to try his luck in American competition. In 2000, he played his 2nd World Series of Poker, taking 7th place and 69th in the main event. The next year, he won the main event for $1.5 million. He's one of the few players to have a World Series main event and a WPT title. Oh my goodness, the Matador. Nice, mild-mannered guy at the table. You wouldn't think he'd get out of line and crush you. But whenever you sit down and the guy plays, he just plays every pot. It's great. Let's see what all of you are saying in the chat. Only 26 likes. Do you all not like these box breaks and story time? If you don't like story time, let me know. We'll try to mix it up on a little brain fuel here. Am I playing the Hard Rock in April? No. He must want to go to jail. Who wants to go to jail? What are you talking about? This is just a bunch of nonsense. All right. You all love this show. Good. Well, if you love the show, click the like button, click subscribe. I like the Matador. Next up, we have another Superstar Showdown. Let's see if we can get the light a little bit better this time. No, it really doesn't like putting light on this side. I need an umbrella right here above the camera. Here we have Eric Seidel, Cyndy Violette. What in the world do you think they clashed at? This looks almost like a fake picture. Anyway, let's see. Let's see. See if I can put this right here so you can see them. Doesn't that look like a fake Eric Seidel picture? Almost looks like a cartoon. Come on, camera. Focus on them. Camera says, I don't want to focus. I don't want to focus. Okay, fine. Let's see. In 2005, World Series of Poker, $2,000 buy-in, no-limit hold'em tournament. Would draw 1,400 people. Told you the no-limit hold'em tournaments get a lot of people. However, the final two battling for the bracelet were Eric Seidel and Cyndy Violette. Cyndy's quest for a second bracelet was denied, as the solid play of the veteran Eric Seidel was too much. He captured another bracelet and over 600K. There you go. Solid score. 600K is a bunch of money back in the day. Definitely a fake smile, you say. For which one? That's just kind of like a weird-looking card, right? I'm not mean to be mean to either of these players, but it's a weird-looking card. I need a parasol. Let's see. Wayne says, "Thanks for all we do. I'm glad to hear it. Took 12th place out of 800 people in poker, or after signing up for Poker Coaching Premium. I'm glad to hear it." Yeah, the camera isn't loving it. Camera says, "No thanks. No thanks. Find somebody else." You're working when listening to this and you forgot to click like. You're bad. Well, that's okay. If you like this, click the like button. If you don't like it and you're busy at work, or you're busy at work, do it later. Whatever you need to do. Where are they now? I don't know where they are now. I already told you, Cyndy Violette has a restaurant in Vegas. Eric Seidel, as far as I know, lives in New York. I was told that the same person who does my windows probably does his windows. They said Eric Seidel has a nicer house than me, though. That's okay. I don't mind. Let's see. Could I beat 500 Zoom online? Probably not. It's a very, very tough game. It's important to recognize that whenever you're playing the highest stakes games of a particular type online, you're probably going to be playing against the absolute best players in the world of that game. Have I devoted my life to playing six-handed cash games with relatively high rake? No. I have not. Therefore, you'd have to presume the best players in the world are going to have a decent edge, right? That's just common sense. You got to use a little bit of common sense and not have ego problems if you want to succeed at poker. Finally made it to a little coffee. Good morning from Nevada. This is now little brain fuel. All right. Next, my hiking buddy, my partner. Howdy, partner. We have Hoyt Corkins, the Alabama Cowboy. I love Hoyt Corkins. Hoyt Corkins is great. He is off the grid now. I know where he is. I'm not sure if anybody else does. Living the dream. I actually have a key to Hoyt Corkins' house. Just in case. I like Hoyt Corkins a lot. We used to go hiking in Vegas all the time. We would go to Red Rock. Maybe I'm not going to talk about the illicit activities. Not of a sexual manner, but, of a consumption manner. I like Hoyt Corkins a lot. He's an absolute crusher. I love him. He's a good guy. Look at this great record he has at the World Series of Poker. Okay. I don't know who designed these cards, but look. This is a little bit pitiful. World Series of Bracelet wins. What are your wins at the World Series? 1. If Hoyt saw this, he would get a heck of a kick out of this. He has 1 bracelet from 1992, $5,000 PLO tournament for a whopping 20 buy-ins. Remember I told you the other events are small. There was PLO in 1992. PLO's been around for a very long time. Apparently Hoyt Corkins has a bracelet in it. Oh, this is fantastic. Oh my goodness, I like Hoyt Corkins a lot. Icebox Canyon Trail. That's right, DGD Poker. Didn't he win a World Poker Tour title? Yeah, I think he has two titles at WPT. Again, remember, these cards were from 2006. I think World Poker Tour started in 2003? Is that right? Maybe even 2004? Well, I was Player of the Year in Season 6. So that was 2008? 765432? I don't know. Something like that. He's quiet and soft-spoken, but definitely has an Alabama accent. Yes, Hoyt Corkins definitely has a Southern accent. Not that there's anything wrong with a Southern accent. But yes, I love Hoyt Corkins. He is amazing. With his, from 2006, one bracelet. So look, I don't know how other sports cards do it, but whenever you make a sports card, I think you want to make it look impressive, right? Don't you want to make the people look impressive? Or maybe there's actually value in having some cards where it's like, yeah, this guy's, Hoyt Corkins, the Cowboy. One win. Maybe there's value in this. I don't know. Tell me what you think. I'm certainly not a sports card designer. I do know about Magic the Gathering cards, though, and purposefully you need bad ones. But this is a little bit different because we are trying to make these seem like the best players in the world, right? So if we're trying to make these players seem like the best players in the world, you really want to have this design where it's one win. It's kind of weird, right? You remember watching WPT on the Travel Channel, says Bill S. Yeah, faithfully, every Wednesday night. Me too. Everybody did. All right, one pack down. What do we have next? Who's it going to be? You know, it says there's limited edition autographed cards from your favorite players. I haven't had any of those. I'm starting to think that they don't exist. Could you imagine if I get a limited edition autographed card by somebody? Oh boy, here's a fun one. I don't know much about this guy. Here we have, does anybody know who this is? Amir Vahedi. I don't know if he's with us anymore. He may no longer be with us. I don't know much about Amir Vahedi at all. We're gonna have to read the back of his card. These cards kind of get stuck together. It's probably not optimal. Let's see. Amir Vahedi, born in Iran, currently lives in California, $2.4 million in earnings in 2006. He died a few years ago, says Kevin. All right. Once quoted as saying, "I'm not afraid to put my money out there, and sometimes you just need to let players know who is the boss." Nice. The manager serves Amir well, as he shows others that messing with Amir Vahedi is going to cost them. Aside from tutoring Hollywood heartthrob Ben Affleck, Vahedi is constantly terrorizing his... This is an aggressive card. Constantly terrorizing his competitors on the felt. Most recently winning the 2005 Ultimate Poker Challenge at the Plaza in Las Vegas. He's won a World Series Poker bracelet in 2003. This was an aggressively written card. We have heartthrobs, terrorism, all sorts of things. This is... I'm just reading it. I would have been a little bit less colorful on this one. But hey, that's what they did. Amir Vahedi. Man, those names bringing back some memories. Indeed, indeed. Lots and lots of memories. Mentioning the Plaza Casino. I never played there. But there were a bunch of these downtown casinos in Vegas that were all... It's going to sound bad. I mean, they're not as nice as the big casinos on the Strip, right? I was lucky or unlucky, depending on how you view it, to be able to mostly play in... like Bellagio and Caesar's Palace and Aria and whatnot, right? And I have had the experience of playing at a few places like Binion's. There was a $10,000 tournament at Binion's one time. And it's just like a very different vibe. It was more like gritty. And Plaza's definitely in that gritty category. I don't even know if Plaza still exists. But they had a few series at the Plaza downtown. There were a bunch of like sit-and-goes. They had a bunch of these sit-and-goes. I think they were at Plaza. And I remember watching those on TV thinking, man, I would love to go play these sit-and-goes. Because I knew how to play sit-and-goes, and it was clear a lot of those players did not. Back when I was 18 to 21, I played a bunch of sit-and-goes. And, I would have loved to have been just a few years older. Amir Vahedi, everyone. Amir Vahedi. So we go from, terrorizing people. That's what Amir Vahedi does. Here we have Phil Laak, known as the Unabomber. Fun domestic terrorism for everyone there. This is apparently where the show is going. This also looks like a fake picture, doesn't it? Got to get one of those fancy cameras, huh? Got to get one of those fancy cameras. Let's see what we have about Phil Laak. He's from Ireland? I did not know that. Did you all know Phil Laak was born in Ireland? One of the more colorful and entertaining characters in the poker world, known as the Unabomber, like I said. Phil Laak won the WPT Invitational in 2004. We'll talk about that in just a minute. He made the final table of the Battle of Champions. Wait, he made the final table of the Battle of Champions in 2005. All right. He was once a real estate investor prior to getting into poker. He wears a trademark sweatshirt given to him by Gus Hansen. Sure. WPT Invitational was this wild tournament that used to take place at Commerce. And it was unique in that it was free to play. It was free to play. It cost $0 to play. But you either had to be invited or... Well, the way you got invited was either being like a Hollywood celebrity / VIP type person. So like any celebrity could just show up and play. Or you had to like be a regular on the WPT circuit, I think. And so I think I played it one time. And it was weird because there'd be like 600 people in this tournament. It took place a day or two before or after the LAPC, so like everybody was in town. And there'd be like 500 people in the tournament, and they paid the final 6. Okay? 500-person tournament, they pay the final 6. And it was a relatively small prize pool. It was a free roll, right? So the prize pool was something like, let's say, $100,000 or maybe $250,000, which, you know, sounds like a lot. Somebody look up Phil Laak, see how much you want at the WPT Invitational while we're sitting here. It sounds like a lot, but if you think about it, like, let's say it's 100K divided by 500. What is that? It's like almost no money. Let's get out the calculator. $100,000 divided by 500 equals $200 a person they give, which is not a lot of money, right? So somewhere between like $200 and I don't know, $1,000 per person. And I'm not hating on this at all. It was a cool event. It was neat, but it was a whole lot of spectacle based around like a $200 expenditure from that. So kind of neat that they made such a big show out of it. I remember going there. I remember I was watching the show called The Shield, and I saw one of the characters there, the guy who played Lem. Remember Lem from The Shield? He was there playing. And funny enough, I actually went to ESPN Studios one time, and I saw Vic Mackey while I was at ESPN Studios. And where are they based? Somewhere in like Connecticut or something. Bernard Lee used to have a poker show like that took place in the like one of the studios there, like Sports Center Studio or something. It was wild, and I got to go there and be a guest on the show. They gave me a car from New York. It was such a cool experience. All right, so whenever Phil Laak won, he got 100K and a 25K seat. So it must have been like a 250K free roll, something like that. I mean, somebody can look up and see if they paid like 6 people, right? Story probably checks out. Maybe it doesn't. I think the story checks out. By the way, I could just be wrong about all this stuff. My memory from 2006 was not so great. All right, let's see. What do you think about the cash out feature on these various sites? Cash out feature is great if it's free. The problem is they all want to charge you 1% for it. Should you pay 1% to have lower variance? No, you should just play properly bankrolled. All right, here we have again, Legends of the Table. TJ Cloutier. Was that televised? You remember seeing Phil Laak misread his own hand from exhaustion in one session? Oh, that happens sometimes. I say it happens sometimes. It's funny whenever people misread their hand because I don't think anyone ever thinks they misread their hand. But 2 of them that I vividly remember watching people make. One time, Phil Ivey misread his hand on TV. At the river, his opponent turned up his hand. Phil was sitting there with the best hand. He's like, oh, nice hand, and he mocked. So Phil Ivey has misread his hand. Literally one of the greatest players who ever lived. And another time at a final table, Will the Thrill. You guys know Will the Thrill? If you don't, it's because he failed to win this tournament. They were down to something like 5 people or 4 people in a WPT, and he was actually in a scenario where if he took, I think, 3rd place or better, he would be Player of the Year. He'd have the same gigantic trophy that we have way up there. You see this giant glass trophy right there? You can't even see it all that well. There's a giant glass trophy up there that you get for being Player of the Year. And all Will the Thrill had to do was turn his cards face up, and he would have won Player of the Year. Almost certainly. Instead, He couldn't read his hand. He mucked the winner. Busted next. Didn't win Player of the Year. And to be fair, I like Will the Thrill. To be fair, Will the Thrill. If you can't read your hand, you probably shouldn't be the Player of the Year. Does that sound fair? Does that sound reasonable? Oh, that's aggressive, huh? Bill Hellmuth folded a flush in a 2 million chip pot in the World Series of Poker main event in 2009. Look at this. All of you remember this. Hardcore, huh? Is TJ known for selling action to multiple people and then purposely busting? I don't think that was TJ. There was a guy named Eskimo Clark who was thought to have done this many times. He's no longer with us either, I don't think. But I don't know about TJ. I have heard don't deal with TJ. Again, like I don't want to be spreading rumors about people, right? Because I don't know. I've never had any interactions with these people, and I'm not trying to speak poorly about people who I don't know. There are a lot of people out there who love spreading gossip and nonsense about things they don't know, things they've heard. I could tell you things that I've heard, but I don't know for sure, and I have no reason to try to speak poorly about TJ. Like, I mean, I say that he's known to be at the craps table a lot. Is that speaking poorly about him? Maybe it is. But I've seen that with my own eyes, and I've witnessed it like 50 times, right? So I don't think that is out of line. And I could say things about TJ that I know, well, like mathematical here. Borrowed money and never paid it back. You know, but like, I don't know. I mean, I have never lent him money. I've never dealt with TJ pertaining to money at all. So, anyway, not trying to speak poorly about people. That's not what we do here. We're not here trying to spread drama and speak poorly about people. Okay? Anyway, what's this say about TJ? It is interesting, though, because you can certainly take different approaches with your content creation. A lot of people in the content creation space are just trying to be sensational and try to either make people seem like gods or devils. And I'm not trying to do either of that. I'm just trying to, give reasonable stories in logical ways, add value, and not trash people for no reason. Not trying to trash people for literally no reason. You may say, it's not no reason, it's for my entertainment. Yeah, well, you'll be all right. TJ is arguably one of the greatest players to ever hit the felt. He's consistently won for over 4 decades. 4 decades. Lifetime tournament winnings exceed how much? 8.4 million. Remember how I said 3.6 was a lot? That was only at the World Series. It just occurred to me. Let me go back and find this TJ card I had earlier. Oh, look at this. Previous TJ card. Remember I said 3.7 is a lot? 3.7 was only at the World Series. He actually had $4.8 million in earnings in 2006. What a crusher. Took second in the main event of the World Series twice. Can't go around folding the ace-king heads up. World Poker Tour. No WPT titles. Wasn't so good at WPT. But 43 in the money finishes at the World Series of Poker. 6 bracelets. Absolute crusher. Yes, I realize this is not the best camera for this, everyone, by the way. This is my camera on my laptop. It's not fancy. It's not fancy. I actually almost got rid of the webcam and used that. Maybe we'll do that next time. We'll see. This is a work in progress, everyone. Like I said, by the wildly high quality of the show, you would think that YouTube pays me to be here. But you'd be wrong. All right, who do we have next? I thought we'd get through a bunch of packs today. We're only going to get through like 3. Next, we'll go through these next ones kind of quickly. Jerry Buss. Jerry Buss is no longer with us. He owned the Los Angeles Lakers. What else did he do? My fun story with Jerry Buss. I don't know much about him. I was playing some World Series of Poker tournament. And, well, so look, if you want to make it look better, here's what we do. We go over here to this. And then it's tiny, right? Then it's tiny. Then it'll look way better because you just can't see it. Would you rather not be able to see it? Maybe it's better. Who knows? Who's on some high-stakes pokers? Yeah, Jerry Buss loved to play high-stakes poker. We were playing some World Series poker event. It must have been like a random 1500 or something like that. And I remember I was there playing the tournament, taking it seriously. Jerry Buss had someone bringing the phone over to him every 3 minutes. And he would get up and walk away from the table, talk on the phone for 5 minutes at a time, come back, sit down, play 1 or 2 hands, get up and leave again, talk on the phone for a few minutes. And apparently they were making a trade for Gasol back in the day. And that was happening while he was sitting at the poker table playing this poker tournament. And it was pretty neat. Let's see what we have about Jerry Buss. 96,000 in tournament winnings, a little bit different than TJ Cloutier's 8.4 million. Back in 2006, Jerry Buss was 72 years old, owner of the Lakers. 3 final tables on the tournament circuit, including the winning O the Green at the Bicycle Casino. Regular fixture on Game Show Network's High Stakes Poker. Jerry is a generally tight player who has already earned the respect of many top pros. Let me show you something else I have. This is a poker chip with Jerry Buss's face on it. Let's see if we can get a better image of this. There's a poker chip from the Bicycle Casino with Jerry Buss's face. It almost doesn't look like the same guy, does it? What's it say on the back? $5 chip, no cash value. Did this come from a tournament or something? I don't even know how I have this actually, but maybe it came from a tournament. So anyway, that's kind of neat. Random stuff sitting on the desk back here. All right. What else do we have? Next. Todd Brunson versus Nguyen. How do you get your face on a chip? You got to be somebody special. That's for sure. That's for sure. Oh, it seems like the camera really doesn't like it when it's sideways like this. Festa Al Lago! I think that's where I took the back-to-back second place finishes to the Guru. Let's see. $2,000 buy-in tournaments. Okay. They played some poker. Let's see. Random $2,000 tournament at Bellagio. Todd Brunson, famous for his high-stakes power, even more than for his famous dad, Doyle, squared off. Nguyen was the wily veteran who had chips shuttled in from his friends. It was tough to beat someone who continuously had his chips shuttled in, and therefore, well, turns out Todd actually beat him. I think I'm allowed to say Nguyen had chips shuttled in from his friends. That's just common, right? Everybody knows that. I don't feel bad about it because I don't really like Nguyen. He's always been an absolute, I'll just call him a jerk. He's always a jerk at the table. To everybody. Dealers, players, even the people who bring him chips. I don't like Nguyen all that much. And I'm glad I haven't seen him in a while. Who else do we have? Eric Seidel. Again, Eric Seidel may be one of the few players who still sticks around. Turns out that full tilt money will make it easy for you. Eric Seidel, there he is, representing Full Tilt. Full Tilt Poker closed the other day, by the way. Finally. Ermate is closing soon. People kept asking, what's your favorite memory from Full Tilt Poker? And I think what a lot of people do not fully recognize is that Full Tilt Poker was an unlicensed, unregulated, illegal gambling site. Just like many of the current ones of today. Eric Seidel somehow got out of this without being all that scathed, but many of the people who were high-ups at Full Tilt had very bad images for quite a while. I guess Eric Seidel did have a bit of a bad image for a little while. I mean, you got to realize, whenever you promote something that is illegal, unlicensed, unregulated, and it goes down, and it screws all of the customers, it looks kind of bad on you. And I have a big fear that this is going to happen to all of the current batch of poker players, streamers, etc., who are currently promoting illegal companies. To be fair, back in the day, I mean, look, I was a Full Tilt pro, right? I didn't think anything of it. I was young and stupid. And to be fair, there was no precedent set before that, hey, this thing is illegal. Don't promote this illegal company. Right? And you can kind of give people a little bit of a pass if they were just dumb promoters. I was just a dumb promoter. I don't know if Eric was a dumb promoter or not. I know he was one of the first people to get on board, probably had a piece of the company, made tons of money off of it. Turns out, when you make tons of money off of it, good for you, congrats. But once there's been a precedent set, if you continue or start promoting illegal companies, it's going to look really, really, really bad on you if those go down. And I fear it's not going to work out so well for the current batch of Americans who are now actively promoting illegal gambling operations, because I have a touch of inside information here that they're not going to be able to get the owners of the illegal gambling companies. They're not going to be able to do it. Why? Because they're based in Costa Rica or whatnot. They're never coming to America. And if you can't get the owners, who do you go after? You go after the people living in your jurisdiction, aka America, who are actively promoting the unlicensed, unregulated, illegal gambling sites. Who is that? Well, it's going to be the affiliates and the advertisers, which are currently a bunch of Americans who don't know any better, or they should know better, but they don't care. So be careful, be careful, be careful, be careful, be careful. Anyway, congrats to Eric Seidel. He seems to be like one of the few people who got rich off Full Tilt who actually held on to their money. Congratulations. All right, who do we have again? Oh my God, again? Nguyen. I mean, are you kidding me? It's like the same pack of cards. Nguyen, Legends of the Table. Throw that one in the garbage. We have again. There's like 5 players in these packs. Did I somehow select the packs that have exactly 5 players? Let's see. Here we go. Eric Seidel. Same story. We just talked about him. $5 million in earnings back in the day. All sorts of winnings. Look at this. We have the official checklist. So you know if you have all the cards. It's important to know if you have all the cards. Yeah. It's the official checklist. Oh my God. TJ Cloutier again. Same story. Might be the same card I have earlier. All right. Todd Brunson. Here we go. Todd Brunson. Am I ever going to get a limited edition signed card? Probably not. Probably not. Todd Brunson, best known for being Doyle's kid. Doyle's Room later sold out to ACR to some extent. Current day ACR is somehow related with old school Doyle's Room. Doyle was smart and got out of there. Seems to be wise. He paid attention to Full Tilt Poker. Todd Brunson. I've played with him a few times. He gets in there. He'll battle with you. He'll battle pretty hard. I remember something Todd said a long time ago, which I disagreed with. It was essentially like I just never lose. I never leave a cash game when I'm down, and which results in him playing super, super long sessions. And I gotta imagine he has like catastrophic losses sometimes, but if you win almost every time, and you're playing in good games, which is a big prerequisite, that's a great strategy. The problem with playing long sessions when you're down is that when you're losing, it is presumed that you are at a disadvantage. And if you're at a disadvantage, then you should quit, right? This is a lot of text here. I can't even see this on the screen this time. Let's see. Son of Doyle Brunson. Played professionally during college. He beat Andy Beal, the billionaire. Have you guys read the Professor, the Banker, and the Suicide King? It's a good book. Fun book about gambling. Although he claims he's not a tournament player, he's won 12 tournament titles. Sicko crusher. One more card for today. Not a signed limited edition card. We have Michael Grotz. I don't know much about Michael Grotz. I played with him a few times. He'll also get in there and battle hard with you. Bill nails it. When the truck is coming at you, get out of the way. Doyle nailed that one. I think the problem is that, at least in America, the government regulators don't really make it clear the truck is coming until it's there, about to hit you. So you have to be a little bit wise and get out of the way a little bit ahead of time. Or don't get in there to begin with. Just because an illegal operation wants to pay you money does not mean you have to take it. You do not have to take money from illegal gambling operations just because they exist and they're willing to pay you. Okay? I don't know anything about Michael Grotz. Let's see. Born in Poland, resides in North Carolina, $2.6 million in earnings. One of the top young guns in poker. A class act and a gentleman who respects the game and is very quiet and reserved at the table. Gross has been on fire as of late. In 2005, he earned about $3 million in tournament winnings and a World Series of Poker gold bracelet in a $1,000 tournament. Some of the money finishes include first place. Michael Gross, I don't know much about him. I don't even know if he's still around. Only 51 likes today. Look, everyone doesn't have to like my show. I don't mind. I'm not offended. My show is not for everyone. If you don't like the show, feel free to leave and don't come back. If you like the show, though, do me a favor. Click the like and subscribe button. That lets me know that you actually like the show. Do you prefer a 30 buy-in bankroll or 40 buy-in bankroll? Your bankroll is determined by a few things. But your win rate is very, very important. Also, if you're playing tournaments, the size of the field is very, very important. If you're playing cash games, your variance in the game is very, very important. All right, we didn't get a signed card in these packs. But I have one more special pack today. Boom. This is a 2007 Razor Signature Series. Look for autographed cards. When I first got this pack, this is gigantic. When I first got these packs, I presume there was like a bunch of cards in this. Turns out there's one card in this pack. Let's see who we're going to get today. We're going to get a card. It's going to be signed by someone. Last time I got your favorite, Nguyen. Who are we going to get? We're going to get one signature today. It comes in a hard plastic case. Who do we got? I'm not going to look at it. Let's see what we have here. Oh, our boy, Todd Brunson. That's a solid one. Todd A.A. Brunson. Is he representing Alcoholics Anonymous, or is he representing the Pocket Aces? I'm not sure. Probably Pocket Aces, though. The back just says, congratulations. I always thought this was funny. On the back here, it says, congratulations, you got this card. But, like, this is my big gripe with this series, or whatever it is that it doesn't tell me anything about the players. It's just like, here's this thing. Also, why congratulations? I bought the thing. I know what I'm getting. I'm getting one of these signed cards. There's literally one, and it's always signed. Why are you congratulating me on this? Doesn't make any sense. Makes literally no sense. It's kind of like whenever people get congratulated for winning a slot machine. It's like, yeah, sometimes you win. Except for this is even more ridiculous because I knew I was getting a signed card. Why are you congratulating me on getting a random signed card? This is for everyone who gets their pocket aces busted by 7-2 offsuit. This is for you. I lost with pocket aces yesterday. Deep in a tournament. We were down to 18 people out of 1,000 in a $200 tournament. I had aces, and I lost to the King Jack. That was fun. Oh boy, thank you, Todd Brunson, letting me know what happens to all of us. Congratulations, you got Todd Brunson. But like, on the back, tell me about Todd Brunson. It says literally nothing about Todd Brunson here. Nobody brings you poker like Razor brings you poker. I would recommend, in the future, whoever makes these cards, to give me a little bit of information about Todd Brunson. It doesn't even have to be a lot. List his earnings, list his height, list his hometown. Seems like people care about these things. If I turn off the light here, would that make it better? No, it makes it worse. We'll get a better setup next time. I need a parasol. Can someone buy me a parasol, please? Because YouTube isn't paying for my parasols anymore. So I need to get one of those from YouTube. Or for YouTube. Whatever. We're done here. That's going to be it for today. Hope you enjoyed today's show. If you did, do me a favor. Click like, click subscribe. Also, check out BRÈINFÚEL. You want to sign Jonathan a little card. Well, if I ever get a card, I'll certainly sign it for you. I have a few fun signed cards back here. See if I can find some fun ones real quick. Where are they? 2 fun signed cards. Dropped it on the floor. As far as I know, these things are quite rare. Here we have James Holzhauer from Jeopardy. You guys remember Jeopardy? Yeah? I met him randomly at the Party Poker series last time. And he gave me a proof. He gave out about 50 of these to Mike Sexton to hand out to other people. And he gave me one of them. Well, actually, James gave me this one. This is, you cannot get this in a package of cards. There were like, I don't know, probably 500 of these made. And we have one of them. And also, this is a neat one. This is not a card with anyone's picture on it, but this is a signed card by Michael J. Fox. Michael J. Fox has a charity poker series, and I was the MC one night. We got a signed card by Michael J. Fox. Fun stuff. All sorts of fun stuff hiding back here on the bookshelf. All right, that's going to be it for today. Hope you all enjoyed this show. Like I said, click like, click subscribe. Check out pokercoaching.com. We have all sorts of content there available for you. You can sign up for free, pokercoaching.com/free. Did anyone get in trouble for full tilt back in the day? Well, a few people have been shunned from poker, which is probably not ideal. Also, basically all the pros had their money taken. If you had money on the site and you were a red pro, you did not get your money back. It's a bit of trouble. I don't think anyone got in legal trouble. PokerStars bailed them out. PokerStars took care of it. Next time, though, I'm not sure PokerStars is going to be there to take care of it. And I think you're just going to be in trouble. You're just going to be in trouble. Take care of yourselves, everyone, please. Take care of yourselves. Don't do illegal things. Don't promote illegal things. Unless, of course, you're hard up on money and you don't care about your followers. If that's the case, then do whatever you want. Have a great day. Make the most of your opportunities. I don't mean to sound down on people promoting the illegal things because, look, like I said, I was a full tilt pro back in the day. I didn't know any better. I was young and stupid. But, I don't know. It's a tough thing, everyone. I just hate to see people make errors due to not knowing any better, right? And, people are not going to like me for saying that you should have known better. But, we have examples. We have clear examples of what not to do. That said, if the worst thing that's going to happen is you'll have your money taken and the poker world will hate you, if you don't like the poker world anyway, who cares, right? Screw them. That's what some people think. I've talked to some people, and this is what they think. They view their subscribers as a thing to sell to the highest bidder. And if the highest bidder is an illegal gambling operation, then so be it. Rest assured, I will not be selling you to an illegal gambling operation. I will do my diligence if I ever promote any gambling site. I do not promote any gambling site at the moment. Please take care of yourselves. Make sure you follow people who have your best interest in mind. I love you all. Good luck in your games. Have a great week. Make the most of your opportunities.